morning, beautiful listeners and viewers of Emirates Radio. It's another beautiful morning and another episode of the newspaper review on Emirates Radio. Emirates Radio is located behind the Federal Ministry of Environment of Ojeba Road, Ilorin, Kwara State, Nigeria. I am Alimah Abdulsalam, and as usual on the newspaper review on Emirates Radio, we bring you the top stories making rounds on the newspapers. From the news that you need to know and to those ones that you do not know that you need to know, fresh from the press and straight to your ears. This morning I am with the Punch newspaper, the Daily Post newspaper, the Nation's newspaper. Starting from the Punch newspaper this morning, Lagos NURTW official arrested for beating dispatch rider to death, says Transport Minister. Heading to the Daily Post newspaper this morning, I am not a fool. No Nigerian can prove it, says Obasanjo. Still on the Daily Post newspaper this morning, troops intercept fertilizers, drugs, solar panels burned from terrorists in Yobe. Still on the Daily Post newspaper this morning, those fronting Jonathan bent on causing national crisis, says Wike. I have forgiven Fubara, says Wike. Heading to the Nation's newspaper this morning, Yusuf recruits 4,000 additional teachers. And picking from the Royal Online newspaper this morning, Dangote Refinery suspends self-collection of petroleum products. And lastly, on the headlines this morning, Remi Tinubu to mark 65th birthday with National Library Fund drive. That was from the Leadership newspaper. Welcome back from that very short break, taking the stories in detail, starting from the Punch newspaper. Lagos NURTW official arrested for beating dispatch rider to death. The Lagos State Police Command has confirmed the arrest of a member of the National Union of Road Transport Workers in Lagos State, Shamsuddin Adio, for allegedly beating a dispatch rider to death in Tapa Street, Lagos Island area of the state. It was reported yesterday that a scuffle had ensued between Adio and the dispatch rider over allegations that the latter had scratched the former's vehicle. A journalist and a Facebook user, Chris Nanduo, who shared a video of the incident on Thursday, disclosed that it happened on Wednesday. According to Nadu, the situation degraded when Adio, joined by his colleague, descended on the dispatch rider and allegedly beat him into a plum. As he said, a popular Lagos Island NURTW top official by the name Shamsuddin Adio mercilessly beat a dispatch rider to a plum on Wednesday in Tapa Street, Lagos Island, for obstructing his way while driving on the road. Still on the Punch newspaper this morning, federal government to curb road accidents with new strategy, says Transport Minister. The federal government says it has strategized to further reduce the occurrence of road accidents on the road across the country. The Minister of Transportation, Alhaji Sadiku Alkali, stated this when he received a committee to address critical road safety in the country yesterday in Abuja. The news agency of Nigeria, NAN, reports that the committee is made up of relevant stakeholders to develop mandatory training and certification programs for trail and tanker drivers. office. Alkali, who was represented by Alhaji Musa Ibrahim, the director overseeing the office of the permanent secretary in the ministry, says realizing the aim would improve safety and security to enhance the national integrity. He said the ministry would promptly finance the committee's project to achieve the feat. The government of the President Bola Tinubu is a prudent government. The ministry is mindful of safe driving in Nigeria. Kindly continue doing your good work and upholding your committee's mandate, he said. Heading to the Daily Post newspaper this morning, I am not a fool. No Nigerian can prove it, says Obasanjo. Former President Olusegun Obasanjo has refuted long-standing claims that he attempted to secure a third term in office, insisting that no Nigerian can provide evidence to support such allegations. Obasanjo spoke on Wednesday at the Democratic Dialogue of the Goodluck Jonathan Foundation in Accra, Ghana. I am not a fool. If I wanted it, some thought I wanted it. I know how to go about it, and there is no Nigerian, dead or alive, that would say I called him and told him I wanted the third term. None. The former president argued that obtaining debt revealed for Nigerian during his tenure was far more difficult than securing a third term, stressing that if he had truly pursued it, he would have achieved it. He also warned against leaders who believe they are irreplaceable, describing such a mentality as a sin against God. According to him, the best of leadership comes from those who are young, vibrant and dynamic, not from individuals who refuse to leave the stage. I know that the best is done when you are young, idle and vibrant and dynamic. When you are jeku, you don't have the best, he said. Still on the Daily Post newspaper this morning, troops intercept fertilizers, drugs, solar panel bonds from terrorists in Yobe. The troop of the Joint Task Force, JTF, Northeast Operation Kindakai, have stopped a large shipment of supplies meant for terrorists in Yobe State. The Threat Command, in a statement on Thursday, said the interception happened on September 16 during counter-terrorism operation under Operation Desert Sanity 4. It explained that soldiers acting on credible intelligence stopped a red 14-tire trailer with suspicious goods along the Nuru Gusau Road at about 7:40 a.m. The commander revealed that the supplies were meant to be moved to Niger Republic, exposing a cross-border network feeding terrorist group. The statement added that earlier that day at around 10:30 a.m., soldiers on the same route intercepted 2 Sharon buses and other trailer carrying large quantities of fabric and solar panels. Intelligence reports suggested that fabric were to be used to sew uniforms for terrorist fighters. Still on the Daily Post newspaper this morning, those fronting Jonathan bent on causing national crisis, says Wike. The Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, has warned that those urging former President Goodluck Jonathan to contest the 2027 presidential election are deliberately plotting to plunge the country into crisis. Speaking on national television yesterday night, Wike said it was hypothetical. It was hypothetical for the same people who frustrated Jonathan's bid in 2015 to suddenly be calling on him to return, despite his established status as an international statesman. The minister cautioned against attempts to destabilize the political balance by fronting Jonathan or any candidate from the South under the guise of one-term presidency, describing such move as insincere. Our President Bola Tinubu's administration, Wike, admitted that the country was passing through difficult times, but insisted that the president had taken tough but necessary decisions to reposition the economy. In another development, Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, has said that he has forgiven Rivers State Governor Siminalayi Fubara. Wike made this known yesterday when he appeared as a guest on a national television. We have been speaking. I don't talk to a man I have not forgiven. So I have forgiven him, he said. You heard what the Speaker of the State Assembly said. We have to move forward. He said, Mr. Governor, sent the list of your commissioners so that the state can move forward. All we are saying is that there are people who don't like peace, Wike said. Heading to the Nation's newspaper, Yusuf recruits 4,000 additional teachers. Governor Abba Yusuf of Kano State has recruited 4,315 former BESAD volunteers teachers into permanent and positionable teaching service. It is contained in a statement issued by Governor's spokesperson Sanusi Bature today in Kano. The governor presented appointment letter to the newly recruited teachers at the Sani Abacha Indoor Stadium, where he urged them to uphold dedication, integrity, and character building in their pupils. Yusuf explained that the development builds on his administration's early approval of 5,500 teachers in 2023, 5,622 in 2024, and 4,000 in May 2025. He stated that all of them were absorbed into the state teaching workforce by the BESDA voluntary teaching scheme. Yusuf said this recruitment underscored his government's consistency, commitment to rescuing and reforming Kano's education sector. Moving to the Royal Online newspaper this morning, Dangote Refinery suspends self-collection of petroleum products. Dangote Premium Refinery and Petrochemical Limited has suspended self-collection grant sales to petrol product at its facility effective Thursday, September 18, 2025. The announcement made by a male correspondent from the company's group commercial operation department direct marketers to adopt the refinery's free delivery scheme for retail outlets and hot sales to unregistered buyers, whether direct or through other marketers. The company described the move as part of the effort to streamline operations and provide seamless deliveries directly to retail stations. It also apologized for any inconvenience the suspension may cause. The decision comes amid ongoing disputes involving the refinery, the Nigerian Union of Petrol and Natural Gas Workers, NUPENG, and the Depot of Petroleum Product Marketers Association of Nigeria, DAPMAN. NUPENG has accused the refinery of resisting unitization of truck drivers despite a government brokered agreement, while DAPMAN criticized the free delivery scheme, alleging it forced marketers to depend on the company's fleets at commercial rates. Picking from the Leadership newspaper, Remi Tinubu to mark 65th birthday with National Library Fund drive. Nigerian First Lady Senator Remi Tinubu has said she will dedicate her 65th birthday on Sunday, September 21st, 2025 to completion of the National Library project. In a statement yesterday, the president's wife said she had chosen to mark the day quietly in thanksgiving to God, appealing to friends, associates and well-wishers not to send cards, cakes, flowers, newspaper adverts, or gifts. Instead, she urged that funds be directed to Oluremi at 65 Education Fund, an initiative coordinated by the Federal Ministry of Education to support the completion of the library. She described this as the best gift she could ever receive, adding that her love for education informed by decision. The First Lady expressed gratitude to all who would join her in supporting the building project, stressing that the cause was close to her heart. That brings us to the end of the newspaper review on Emirates Radio. For more in-depth on the stories, you can always check the Punch newspaper, the Daily Post newspaper, the Nation's newspaper, the Royal Online newspaper, and the Leadership newspaper. Thanks for listening and have a wonderful day.